the streets are lined with rubbish. We're walking actually, it's 10 past 10 we're walking. I wouldn't normally, but there's so much here that we're already carrying bear's poop. And looks like a cat collar being left here as well. It's a cat collar. I think quite frankly that's fit for the bin. It's just rusty and there's no longer any clapper in the bell. That's going in the bag. We're going to be taking that. Just wait, bear. And it's just as well we walk. There's maybe a space. No, not even that. Yeah, just as well we walk today. Wow, visibility has improved. Look at that. Couldn't hardly see the ore stone yesterday. It's a bit better than that today. The bin is full. The cone is gone. I just heard a snip of comms. One of the Disabled Sailing Association yachts was talking to the harbour about coming in to have a look at the galleon. Of course, as we know, it is not there. It sneaked out last night. If I'd known, I would have gone down. I would have filmed it leave, but I had no idea. I think Adela knew. I'm surprised he wasn't out chasing it. Maybe he was. I need to check on the on the websites perhaps. Anyway, we're here with rather less rubbish, it would appear, at the moment. I'm fully expecting to find the cone somewhere. Fully expecting. You never know. It might have been part of the bin emptying. Anyway, to the beach. Barely a scrap of rubbish. How extraordinary. Wonder if somebody cleared up. There's a little bit. There's a little bit. You're picking up a few bits and pieces, a couple of scraps. That's a funny one. Broken egg on the rock here. Can't see any eggshell, so what's the story there? Also, a receipt in amongst the rubbish here. De Vere's, Latimer signatures. Latimer, where's that? HP 5, I don't know where that is. Buckinghamshire? Sale amount, what's that, 13, 15? It's hard to read actually. Could be more than that. Anyway, yeah, HP 5, don't know where that is. Buckinghamshire I'm thinking, but I don't know why. I used to be a postman of course, so I should flipping know. I can't remember. Let's wander down just gently, past the broken egg. Without an eggshell. Yeah, we'll find the odd little fragments here. Yeah, there's a dog that is allegedly not friendly on a lead down there, so we're keeping Bear on just briefly. A bit of the glass here. The reason I pulled the camera out before I touch it. How well camouflaged is that? What on earth is that? Not sure I want to touch it. Is it safe? Is it a vape? Is that what that is? Not sure what that is. Yeah, it looks... It's either a vape or a lighter of some description. Funny one. We'll have to investigate that when we sit down in a moment. We shall get the odd. It's just tiny little bits I'm picking up here, tiny little bits. But since we've got a bag on the go, we might as well. Yeah, it's just tiny little bits all over the place. I've got enough hands. I'm trying to turn the camera off. Right, the unfriendly dog has departed, I believe, behind us somewhere. So, right, I'm sat on a rock. We shall investigate. I think it's a lighter. I reckon it's some weirdo, elaborate lighter. I think that's what it is. I can't see why on earth it needs all this elaborate business. It's got liquid in it. Through the window I can see it. Liquid in it. It's got a fill-in port like you have on a lighter. There's a lock, unlock icon on that button. I think that's a button. Is that a button? It's a button. And then you've got this cap here. I can't see the point in having that like that. There's no thread or anything. And I reckon it's one of these wind lighters, you know, one that's good in strong wind. Would that be what this is? Right, I'm low to go up in flames here. And there's an off and lock. Off and look. Look. Off look. How's that? Have they just misspelt it? It's probably Chinese and they just got it wrong. I've seen things posted online like that. Anyway, we're going to give it a flipping go. If I go up in flames, it's going to be a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Right, I can't see the flame. Is there a flame there? I'm going to get burnt. Where am I? Yes. It is one of these torches. It's like a flipping blowtorch in the wind. Well, I presume that's quite a nice bit of kit. Somebody's just walked away and left there. What a shame I'm not a smoker. I would have probably liked that. Because it would have been ideal in the wind, wouldn't it? Proper little blowtorch, look. Well. Right, let's... Oh, is that a C? It's just my eyes. Is that actually a C? Does it say lock? It looks like look to me. Right, lock. I don't seem to want to lock. Okay. Right, enough with it. It's a lighter. Bear's being sociable like he is. It's all about the tails. Yeah, briefly going back to this, that lock icon there, that's a ring. The ring rotates. That's what that is, and that stops the button from being plunged. That button, I cannot make it move. So I think there's a fault, an issue with the lock button there, but yeah, enough with that. So we're going to be mooring up here. Okay, the last instalment of this, I promise, the last instalment. Right, I've sussed it. The ring prevents the button from activating the thing, so like now, that can be in a pocket and it won't activate. If you release the... Let's try and do this on camera, shall we? Right, so yeah, I've rotated I've rotated the ring here, so that button is now operational. If I remove the cap, and how does this work? I haven't got enough hands. Remove the cap and fire it up. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to fire it up. Right, it's now in operation, and that button there locks it on. So that is still going now. Ow. So that's and that unlocks it and turns it off because I don't have the button depressed. That all makes sense now. I'm fully conversant with the operation of the way elaborate lighter. So enough of that. That's going in a pocket. I don't want it, but it's too good to chuck, innit? There. Whatever you're doing, don't, mate. That's, I don't think I've seen a boat like that. A great big side door on the thing he's just let down there. It's normally at the back, isn't it? Great big side door there. So what boat's that? He's a smoker, he could do with a decent lighter. Sniff fest with Bear this morning. He's sniffing every flipping rock here. Before we came out, the forecast was what we see in the distance there, not what we're flipping getting here. It's starting to look like it could be raining shortly. It's not the forecast I saw. It's not as busy as it has been. Yeah, it's a very much quieter day, it seems. There's a bit of a smoker coming in. Let's get a shot of that one. That looks rather like an electric paddleboard, doesn't it? Is that what we're seeing there? It looks like it. There goes the battery. Crikey, they got all the toys, haven't they? Getting a spot of rain here. Spot or two.